Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is heading to Arizona next month, stumping for Republican candidate for governor Kari Lake, who's in a dead heat against Democratic candidate Katie Hobbs. Youngkin has been campaigning for Republican candidates this year, and it's raising talk about what is next for his political future. So here to discuss, Unbalanced host Leland Vittert. So we hear Youngkin going out, hitting the campaign trail. Does he have enough national clout at this point to influence any election outside of Virginia?
Well, Democrats certainly hope he does not. But interestingly enough, just in the past 24 hours, the New York Times dropped a large op-ed piece about Glenn Youngkin. So when the New York Times cares about you, it tells you from the flip side that he's making a difference. What Glenn Youngkin did in Virginia is nothing short of extraordinary. He, as a Republican, won a state a year later that voted for Joe Biden by more than 10 points. To say that message doesn't matter in the rest of the country would be naive at best.
All right, so he did something in Virginia. You said a big deal, you know. So Biden won that state by more than 10 points. So, you know, he's now been governor of Virginia for less than a year at this point. Does this mean that maybe he does have his eye on some type of national role? Maybe it's too early to say.
Well, there's only one national role left, and he's flying over Iowa and New Hampshire a lot. But look, he's testing his message out. Glenn Youngkin is very different than Ron DeSantis in the way he governs, in the way he conducts himself with the media. He is an old school, pragmatic country club Republican. He doesn't troll. He's not bombastic, but he's highly effective on policy. And also, he's testing this message and trying to show Republican voters and the media that he can sell this centrist Republican, MAGA without the crazy, if you will, in swing states that would matter for the presidency, in Georgia, in Arizona, possibly going to Michigan, possibly going to Wisconsin. Those are the states that will matter if he's going to run for president and prove to voters that he should get a chance at that.
Well, so there's a possibility, though, that could maybe backfire because, you know, you're saying a centrist Republican, old school Republican. Kari Lake certainly is not, at this point, aligning herself as being a centrist Republican. So could this potentially backfire?
I think you'd have to see that would backfire more in the political elite discussion circles than it would with voters. Do voters care? Do Iowa or New Hampshire or South Carolina Republican primary voters in 2 years care that Glenn Youngkin went to go rally support for another Republican governor, even if Kari Lake has views that are on the very extreme side and even at times sort of some of the scary side of Republican politics? There's been no indication over time that that's true.
All right. Well, Leland, you are here. Tell us what is coming up on Balance tonight.
A couple of things that we've got, among them, the new protests in Iran. Will President Biden repeat the mistakes of President Obama and abandon the Democratic protesters right now who are risking their lives on the streets of Iran? I don't know if you've seen or heard about this new movie about Marilyn Monroe, in which there is a rape scene, of all things, by JFK, by the president, something that never happened. So why would Netflix slander a former president like this?
All right. Well, we will be watching your show. Thank you so much, Leland.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.